Welcome back to End Times Prophecy News for the 8 o'clock report on April 18th. Dems have just received a very bad sign, probably from God. American flag crashes to the floor when new DNC pedophile pedogate Tom Perez mentions Hillary Clinton's pedophile Hildebeest name during live MSNBC interview. Ominous sign for the Democrats.
Well, yeah, that's a question for him. I didn't ask either Secretary Clinton or Senator Sanders about what they were going to do with their list, simply because that's a decision for them to make. And we do have the list from Secretary Clinton. And what we're doing with Senator Sanders is we've been going around the country, and today's our first.
It looks like a pedophile to me. I think it is a sign from God. Your Dems have gone down for the last. Your demon craps are going down until the body of Christ is out of the way. And another Dem trying to steal Georgia district from Republicans doesn't even live there. That's right. Yeah, this demon crap, John Ossoff, dismissed concerns Tuesday over the fact that he doesn't even live in Georgia congressional district in which he's running for a House seat, so he can't even vote for himself. I grew up in this district. I grew up in this community. It's my home. My family's still there, also said during an interview on CNN's New Day.
Will not be able to vote for yourself.
Well, I grew up in this district. I grew up in this community. It's my home. My family is still there. I'm a mile and a half down the street to support Alicia while she finishes medical school. It's something I've been very transparent about. In fact, I'm proud to be supporting her career. And as soon as she finishes her medical training, I'll be 10 minutes back up the road into the district where I grew up.
All right, John Ossoff, we will be watching very closely what happens with you professionally and personally. And we are obviously very interested in this race. Thank you very much for being on New Day.
He'll lose. I don't think he'll win. But even if he does win, it doesn't matter. Cyrus is here. He's nothing. This is how you know Le Pen is going to win. I like hearing this. French patriots singing La Marseillaise in the middle of Le Pen's speech.
La connaissance de l'histoire de notre pays, de ses valeurs, de son drapeau, de son hymne.
French is a beautiful language. French language. Poor French people. They're so sick of the Islamic jihad all over their land. They're uniting together, just like the movement of Donald Trump. Moving on. And again, this candidate can't even vote for himself. So we'll slip through that. Judge Gorsuch's first major case is about to begin. Judge Gorsuch is set to hear a case which deals with religious freedom and taxpayer funding. Get him back. Fox News reports that playground at a Missouri church is at the heart of the first big blockbuster case that Justice Neil Gorsuch is primed to hear in his newly assumed role as the 9th member of the Supreme Court. Remember, Neil, it's all about the Constitution and our constitutional rights. The case of Trinity Lutheran Church deals with a double dose of contentious issues, religious freedom and a taxpayer funding, all playing out before a fully stocked Supreme Court bench. The Christian church in Columbia, Missouri, is sued after being denied state funds to improve the surface of a playground used by its preschool. The program gives grants to nonprofits seeking a safer recreational environment for children, and Trinity Lutheran wanted funds to replace the gravel with softer, recyclable synthetic rubber. With Gorsuch participating in only his third public session, the High Court on Wednesday is set to consider whether the exclusion of churches from the government aid program violates the free exercise and equal protection clauses of the Constitution. Missouri's law, similar to those in about 36 other states, prohibits direct government aid to educational institutions that have a religious affiliation. But last-minute intervention by the state's top leaders has added further uncertainty to the outcome of the case. We'll see how that pans out. And Dems aim to make the Georgia electorate furious in election by wanting more illegal immigration. Democratic candidate Jon Ossoff for Georgia's 6th Congressional District special election thinks he can make President Trump upset by winning the election. The only problem is that it's a long shot for Dems trying to take back the House. It's been revealed that Ossoff has raised $8.3 million from Dems outside the state, and he doesn't even live there. From Yahoo News, for U.S. President Donald Trump, an off-year congressional election on Tuesday in the reliably Republican northern suburbs of Atlanta could spell trouble if a Democrat upstart pulls off a surprise victory. Jon Ossoff, a 30-year-old political novice, is leading a field of 18 candidates for a U.S. House of Representatives seat that was vacated when Trump named Tom Price as his health secretary. An Ossoff win would not tip the balance of power in Washington, but could weaken the already shaky hold Trump has on his fellow Republicans by encouraging lawmakers to distance themselves from him. Georgia's 6th district has elected Republicans to the House since the late 1970s, but Trump only carried it by 1 percentage point in the November presidential election. Ossoff hopes to win an outright majority in Tuesday's vote, a jungle primary, with all 18 candidates from both parties on the same ballot. If no one reaches 50%, the top 2 vote-getters square off on June 20th. And a teacher was just fired, but you won't believe the reason why. A teacher who posted a funny tweet in reply to a student's spelling error has been fired by the school. 22words.com reports. He meant for the tweet to be funny, but her employer wasn't having it. These days, social media can make you or break you. What do you think about this? Should she have been fired? No way. The school district is libtards. Katie Nash was the web experience coordinator for Frederick County Public Schools in Maryland until one tweet got her fired. The school district was preparing for a snowy day on January 5th, so of course students began tweeting at the school's district pleading for the day off. One student wrote, "Close school tomorrow, please." But then how would you learn how to spell tomorrow? From Lingua Nora Rocket, which I believe is Katie Nash. Nathan says, close school tomorrow. Yeah, same thing. Then it says, and Nash responded from the district's handle, but then how would you learn how to spell tomorrow? Sounds like a nice teacher. Nash claims the tweet, which got a bunch of responses, was all in good fun. Retweets, 1,144, 1,412 likes. But the libtard school district didn't think so. She meant it to be funny and thought it was the perfect opportunity to engage with the students directly in an informal manner. School board members didn't see it that way, though. Nash was immediately told to delete the tweet, and then she was given a letter from the district that informed her of her termination. The director of communications, community engagement, and marketing for the district, Michael Doer, was then sent to apologize directly to the student, who said he had no problem with Nash's tweet. Are you serious? What a crazy school district board that one is, isn't it? Whacked out. Thank you for listening.
If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin